Perfect. Perfect.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Reaction Therapy. I am your resident psychotherapist, Tom Stevens, here to break down lyrics to some awesome music. And today is going to be great because we get to react once again to Sick World. He just came out with a new song called Clouds, and we are reacting to it today. I am so pumped for this. And I want to thank you, Nick and I both do, for being here, for following Reaction Therapy, for participating, giving your feedback, giving your comments, and everything else you've done to support us. It's been an amazing journey. So check out the links in the description of this video for our Patreon page, for our merch we have, and for the Discord server. And thank you also for helping us spread the message that we want to spread, which is mental health awareness to the world through music and lyrics. Without further ado, I love Sick World. You know, he's been so kind to comment each time we've done a reaction for him, and I can't wait for the day I get to sit down and have a discussion with him about his story. But without further ado, let's get into this. Sick World, Clouds. Yeah.
Yeah. I stare at the clouds when I'm feeling down, reflecting on life and noticing how that during the silence all my thoughts get loud, so I block them out, wish he was around. But I guess life has a way of removing the people who do not deserve you, and it has a way of you feeling connected to all those same people that hurt you.
Oh yeah. Bars right out the bat for Sick World. So good. And the beat, the way it just starts, it's just smooth little melody. And then all of a sudden he goes right into it with the beat. Crazy. And I'm going all the way, it's 27 seconds, but I'm going all the way back just because I got to hear from the very beginning again and soak in some of these lyrics that he had, because I cannot keep up with all the lyrics he has, and they make so much sense. By the time I get it, he's on to the next one, which makes more sense.
Yeah. I stare at the clouds when I'm feeling down, reflecting on life and noticing how that during the silence all my thoughts get loud, so I block them out, wish he was around. But I guess life has a way of removing the...
Do you hear that one line? Like, when things get loud, what was it? My thoughts get loud. During the silence, my thoughts get loud. Like, that's... Sometimes people don't like being in silence because they end up having loud thoughts. And people don't like being alone because it's too quiet. It's so quiet, it's loud, you know? And he is hitting it. Wish You Were Here. Another relationship song. Somebody that's not here.
During the silence, all my thoughts get loud, so I block them out, wish he was around. But I guess life has a way of removing the people who do not deserve you, and it has a way of you feeling connected to all those same people that hurt you. I'll be the first to say I made mistakes. I know deep down that I am not perfect. Lately I've been isolating myself and digging deep to rediscover my purpose. Strangers see me as an artist, but they don't see the pain I bury underneath the...
Trying to figure yourself out, trying to sort out life, trying to be the best you can be. And man, people on the outside, especially for entertainers, I don't know how people who are famous, who are entertainers, I don't know how people like Sick World do it. When everybody judges, everybody looks at your appearance on the outside, everybody looks at your product, what you put out, and they don't pay attention to the fact that every song an entertainer does, really, they pour everything into. I mean, for the most part, everybody I've ever seen, they put their heart and soul into music. They don't want to just make horrible music. They want to do good at it. And not every song is as popular as other songs, and not every song gets the attention it should. But the way people look at other people and judge them, and I say it over and over, right? We spread too much hate in the world. We spread too much, you know, condemnation and putting people down. And somehow we get a thrill out of that sometimes, instead of stepping back and saying, look, if I don't have anything like constructive to say, then why don't I just back off? But sometimes people like to see other people hurt. People like to see other people upset. People like to trigger other people. And whatever for them, if they've got to do it. But I appreciate people like Sick World who put out this music and are honest, vulnerable, and transparent to say exactly what you're going through in your life, and the fact that you're trying to dig deeper and figure out who you are, and isolating from it and trying to figure out who you are. And people are judging the product that comes out, I think, a lot of times, because it's easier just not to show anybody. It's hard to be somebody who's an entertainer and be out in the open public eye.
I'll be the first to say I made mistakes. I know deep down that I am not perfect. Lately I've been isolating myself and digging deep to rediscover my purpose. They just see me as an artist, but they don't see the pain I bury underneath the surface. I know what I feel inside. I just don't know how to word it. We love who hurts us and hope they could change. Until they hurt us, they hurt us again. Then we start to change and cause others pain. The cycle repeats and it doesn't break. A product of trauma, oh God, what a shame. Now
there's reaction therapy to a T. The trauma, the cycle, it's repeating. It happens generation after generation. If somebody experiences trauma, they give trauma. If somebody has some kind of horrible addiction, it passes down the addiction. Doesn't mean everybody has to get it, but it is a cyclical pattern in our world where we end up repeating cycles over and over again instead of stopping, which is very hard to do, climbing out of the addiction, the depression, the anxiety, the trauma, and trying to make life better in spite of all that, so that our children or the next generation don't have to experience it the way that we did. And man, I couldn't have said it better. You know, the cycle repeating and trauma. And most people have trauma in their personal life from the past that is unresolved. It's not looked at. It's just brushed away, shoved in a closet somewhere in hopes that it doesn't come out. But it keeps coming out because we get triggered by something we see, by something we hear, by something we experience. And boom, we don't even realize we're getting triggered, and we do. Well said.
Start to change and cause others pain. The cycle repeats and it doesn't break. A product of trauma, oh God, what a shame. Now we hurt those who come along the way. Leaving a trail of victims that complain how we're too damaged and cannot be saved.
Our
life ain't where it's supposed to be.
Losing
people close to me. Didn't know cuts were supposed to bleed. What a lie that was sold to me. And I'm standing by myself, staring at the clouds, feeling hella down.
You stare up at the clouds, you just look up there. Some people can feel inspired, hopeful, enjoy the beauty that God's created. And some people can look up in the clouds and just think, oh man, what's the point? What's it worth? This is not worth it. I didn't know cuts were supposed to bleed. Like, oh gosh. When you start losing people around you, especially in the entertainment industry, but even personally, you start losing people around you, it sucks the zest of life out of you sometimes, and the purpose and the point. That's why we lean on faith, but that's why we also lean on inspiration. We have to have people around us that inspire us, or else we are doomed to just repeat the cycle, like he said. Good song.
Standing by myself, staring at the clouds, feeling hella down. Hurt people, I've been hurt plenty. Hurt people, and I've hurt many. It does.
That was so good. Hurt people. This is said over and over again. Man, this guy has had some pretty good mental health treatment, I think, or at least good education and understanding, because we do say that a lot. Hurt people. And you know, what that basically means is people have been hurt, people have been devastated, crushed, traumatized, put through hard things in life. They hurt other people. It's just a cycle that repeats over time. Hurt people. And let's hear how he said that again, though, because he put all that together.
Feeling hella down. Hurt people, I've been hurt plenty. Hurt people, and I've hurt many.
Hurt people, and I've been hurt plenty. Hurt people, and I've been something, and I've hurt many. So he's been hurt, and he has hurt. In other words, he's been that cycle of hurt people hurting people. And he's telling them this is just what happens. And it's so sad to see that we need to draw attention to it so we don't keep doing it. Oh, it's cool.
Hurt people, I've been hurt plenty. Hurt people, and I've hurt many. It does upset me, know some resent me. Life was unsteady, hope they forgive me. I can't keep spending my life with regret. The way I was raised to fuck with my head. That's why I find it so hard to connect. Maybe that's why I left every ex. I only dated with.
Yep, that's exactly it. The way you get raised, what you've been put through, sometimes can create, many times creates who we are. We become a product of what we've been put through. Our ideas, our beliefs about life come from the relationships we've seen from the parents who've raised us or the caregivers, from the way we've been treated, from the experiences we've had, good or bad, horrible or sweet. That creates our vision, our field of vision for the future of how we see life, how we see relationships, how we see hope and possibility, how we see despair and hopelessness, up or down. Our experiences as we grow up give us our field of view, our belief system, our core belief system about life come from growing up. And man, to know that I've done things to other people that have upset them, that they might resent me, and the pain that I would go through knowing that I don't want to be that person. And I can't carry that with me forever. And I can't carry the people who have hurt me with me forever. It's just going to drag me down. These are some hard lyrics.
You know, some resent me, life was unsteady, hope they forgive me. I can't keep spending my life with regret. The way I was raised to fuck with my head. That's why I find it so hard to connect. Maybe that's why I left every ex. I only dated women so I didn't feel lonely and ignore the fact that they had all their issues. And I self-sabotage our future instead of acknowledging everything that I've been through.
Those were some really deep lyrics. Like that said a lot about relationships, how he's replayed his life through relationships, leaving exes, like leaving relationships, ending things, maybe when they didn't need to, maybe sabotaging them, maybe not being, able to be grown up enough, mature enough, capable enough to handle, having the coping skills to handle relationship and fight through the hard times. This is just reality that he's coping with and realizing, I can self-sabotage. And if y'all can get anything in this song, get that. We can tend to self-sabotage, and what that means is I'm going to end it before it ends me. I want to break up with somebody before they break up with me, because that way I don't have to deal with the shock and despair of being left. So we self-sabotage a job, a friendship, a close personal relationship, financial situation, in our sports or performance that we do. We can self-sabotage by screwing things up so that we don't have to experience the ultimate failure. And if you can know that about yourself, you can realize I need to put it all on the table. I need to put it all out there and do my best and share everything about me so I risk and take a chance at getting the ultimate victory and the ultimate prize. Wow, listen to all this.
I find it so hard to connect. Maybe that's why I left every ex. I only dated women so I didn't feel lonely and ignore the fact that they had all their issues. And I self-sabotage our future instead of acknowledging everything that I've been through. I forgive you, I wasn't perfect, cause we both came from a past. Mine made me fearful, yours made you hurtful. And that's why we didn't last. So I numb the feeling by taking prescription, but I numb the feeling by just sitting with them. I'm wishing that there was a way I could rid them, cause this isn't hard like a two-car collision. This isn't me venting or looking for sympathy. This is real.
Do you hear all that in a row? This is amazing to spit this out. One breath, practically, it sounds like. But he's describing how he's handled relationships or not handled them, right? Like in the past, to just let them fall apart. And here was my coping skill. Remember I said I'm not a yeller and a screamer, but the way I have dealt with relationships in the past, fold my arms and I'll just be quiet. I'll just sit with you. Kind of like you said there, I'll just sit with you. And I won't even talk. I won't address it. I won't try to work on it. I'll just freeze you out. And you'll make yourself feel like you're crazy. And it's horrible. It's not what I want to be. And thankfully, I hopefully haven't been that in a long time. But I could ask my wife. I try to be the best, honest person I can be, and not perfect, like you said. But I need to show up. I need to be present. I need to do the best I can with what I have.
That's why we didn't last. So I numb the feeling by taking prescription, but I numb the feeling by just sitting with them. I'm wishing that there was a way I could rid them, cause this isn't hard like a two-car collision. This isn't me venting or looking for sympathy. This is realizing I need to commit to me, cause if I don't, I'ma keep living miserably. The feelings I'm feeling are crippling.
Needs to commit to himself. Please hear that too. Commit to yourself to get better, to be better, to get help, to do things differently, not to repeat the cycle. If relationships haven't gone well, if a job hasn't gone well, if your mental health hasn't gone well, commit to yourself to make life better. What a great line.
I need to commit to me, cause if I don't, I'ma keep living miserably. The feelings I'm feeling are crippling. My life ain't where it's supposed to be.
Woo! Man, I like this.
My life ain't where it's supposed to be. I'm losing people close to me. Didn't know cuts were supposed to bleed. What a lie that was sold to me. And I'm standing by myself, staring at the clouds, feeling hella down, feeling hella down.
Sick World and Clouds, new song just came out. Loved it. Deep with the lyrics in personal growth, relationships, breaking down the cycle, stopping the self-sabotage. So many great things in that. I hope you can hear mental health wise. Our mission, spreading mental health awareness to the world through music and lyrics, fits right into this. Sick World, amazing job. Thank you for putting this song out to the world, because I hope not only is it fire music, I hope people can hear the message that's behind this, because when you look into the clouds, what do you see? Do you see hope and possibility? Do you see despair and hopelessness? And what are you going to do about it? And that's what he's saying. I need to look at me. I need to work on me. Great job. Give me your feedback, insight, thoughts, comments, all of it. And remember, this isn't real therapy, just Tom breaking down lyrics to music. If you want help, check the resources in the links we have. There is help there. You deserve it. Everybody does. And check the links also to our Patreon page, to the merch we have, to the Discord server we have. We love being here, and Nick and I are thankful to you for letting us do this every day. We have had a blast building the Reaction Therapy family and also getting to know more of Sick World's music. I can't wait to see the next one, and I really can't wait to hopefully one day sit down and have a conversation with him. Thanks for being here, and I can't wait to see you on the next Reaction Therapy.